Ladies and gentlemen, may I please request you all to put a huge round of applause for Dr. Rashmi Menon.
So what is health according to you? Health क्या है? कोई बता सकता है? क्या है?
It's an asset.
It's an asset. Yes. Who said that? Okay, wonderful. Yeah. So health in general terms could also be said as the absence of disease, right? Health is an asset, health is wealth, health is everything. If we don't have health, how would we be sitting here today? We may have all the wealth in the world, but can we be happy within this body, within this world? So according to the holistic approach, health मतलब ये सब चीज़ें आ जाती हैं. फिजिकल हेल्थ जिसमें आपका फूड, न्यूट्रिशन, एक्सरसाइज वगैरह आता है. फिर होता है मेंटल स्ट्रेस जहाँ पे आपका माइंड का देखभाल किया जाता है. अब ये जो फिजिकल और माइंड है इसको हम यूजुअली सेपरेट बताते हैं मगर है नहीं. दिस इज अ कंप्लीट कॉम्प्लेक्स बाय इटसेल्फ. इट्स कॉल्ड द माइंड बॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स. जब तक हम इसको एड्रेस नहीं करते आपके जो डीप डिसीजेस हैं वो खत्म नहीं हो सकते हैं. और फिर आता है स्पिरिचुअल हेल्थ जहाँ पे हम सेंस ऑफ पर्पस ढूंढते हैं. हम कौन है, हु एम आई, ये क्वेश्चंस आता है. मगर इससे भी ज़्यादा, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. There is a bigger aspect to health. Long back, we were supposed to be part of the ecosystem. We were part of the entire circle of life. This is how we were meant to be. But when our ego started going to our head, we started putting ourselves on the top of the pyramid. We started viewing everyone else as below us. All the species, plants, everything is below us. We started creating a world which is only for humans. Because of this, what has happened is that's when we started manifesting diseases that are called lifestyle diseases. अगर आप कोई भी एनिमल को उसके हैबिटेट में देखोगे, उनको कोई लाइफस्टाइल डिसीज नहीं होगा. उनको इंजुरीज होंगे, उसकी वजह से वो डेथ होगा, ओल्ड एज की वजह से डेथ होगा, मगर लाइफस्टाइल डिसीजेस की वजह से नहीं होगा. इंसान ही एक ऐसा प्राणी है जो लाइफस्टाइल डिसीजेस से सफ़र करता है. How many of you know about the 5 elements that make humans? सबको पता होगा 5 elements, right? Fire, earth, air, space, ether. So all of this we started thinking of it कि अच्छा इसकी वजह से हो रहा है. शायद फायर एलिमेंट में कुछ कमी है, अर्थ एलिमेंट में कुछ कमी है. तो हमने क्या किया? हमने उसको बहुत सारा इंटेलेक्चुअलाइज किया, बहुत सारी चीज़ें अपनाने लगे. सप्लीमेंट्स, पेप्टाइड्स, क्रिस्टल्स, एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स, वास्तु, प्लॉटेड प्लांट्स, रिसर्च करने लगे, एनिमल रिसर्च करने लगे. बहुत सारी चीज़ें शुरू हो गई. ये नहीं सोचा कि कहाँ से आ रहा है, अगर डेफिशिएंसी हो रहा है क्यों हो रहा है, ये हमने नहीं सोचा. That got lost in this whole journey. Right now, all of us are in this bias. It is called complexity bias. हमको ऐसे सिंपल चीज़ें नहीं सुननी हैं, हमको बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ें सुननी हैं. The problem with this complexity bias is that आप अगर बहुत सारे sophisticated solutions ढूंढोगे, आपको फाइनली पता चलेगा कि अरे हम तो इसके बारे में कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते. That keeps you stuck in the state that you're in. So over the years, I became vegan in 2010. And immediately I had an immense change in my health, which led me to learn more about whole food plant-based nutrition. And also simultaneously, I started psychotherapy, doing it on myself as well as learning it. And that's how I transitioned. This is closer to my 50s, 1 year close to my 50s. And before, when I was in my late 20s, I couldn't even stand like this. Oh, a cat. Stand like this without hip pain. And today I can do everything that I can. So today I'm going to share with you what simple methods I inculcated in my lifestyle. So I worked on these 4 areas of my life. First is of course nourishment. Second is movement. Third is contentment. And the last is connections. So when it comes to nourishment, as the former speaker said, अगर आप अपने instincts से देखते हो तो आप खाना क्या खाओगे, ये जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. How many vegans in this room? How many vegans? Oh, all of you are vegans. Wonderful. How many pre-vegans? This is a very wonderful term that I heard from. Very nice. Dr. Sailesh Rao and Abhijit. So, to the pre-vegans, I want to ask you, अगर आपको बहुत भूख लगी है और आपके सामने एक चिकन घूम रहा है, ओके, वो चिकन, लाइव चिकन के स्मेल से आपके मुंह में पानी आएगा? बिल्कुल नहीं आएगा, है ना? आपके मुंह में उसका तंदूरी चिकन सोच के पानी आएगा, उसको देख के पानी नहीं आएगा, उसके स्मेल से पानी नहीं आएगा। अगर एक गाय और बछड़ा है वहां पे, गाय दूध, बछड़ा दूध पी रहा है, उस नजरिए को देख के आपके मुंह में पानी आएगा क्या? नहीं आएगा, है ना? तो आपके इंस्टिंक्ट्स आपको ऑलरेडी बोल रहा है कि ये चीजें आपके लिए है ही नहीं। फिर हम इंटेलेक्चुअलाइज करते हैं, हम दिमाग से सोचते हैं, इंस्टिंक्ट से नहीं सोचते। That's where we start going wrong. Instincts are always right. So this is the range of the risk of heart disease, how it lowers when you go on a plant-based diet or on a vegan diet. It minimizes it to 4%. Now you might wonder, okay, हमने सुना हुआ है कि meat and chicken are not good for the heart. फिर vegetarians को क्यों 45%? सिर्फ 5% उसका फर्क क्यों होता है? So this is what your milk has in it. It's got casein, it has got casomorphine, hormones, antibiotics, and pus cells. All of this are super harmful to your health. I'm sure you've heard of this multiple times over the last 2 days. I'll not repeat it more. Because of it, we have all these diseases. In fact, in the first photo that I showed you, I was suffering from a disease called osteomalacia, which is the start of osteoporosis. And I had become vegetarian from a high non-vegan path at the age of 18. And when I got this osteomalacia, it was in my hip joint. And I was told that if it worsens, I might have to go for a hip replacement surgery. And I was still in my late 20s, early 30s. And then that's when I got to know about how animals are harassed in the dairy industry. And 1 month after I cleaned off all the dairy products, I saw that my hip pain had gone away. I went for a DEXA scan. My bone has started becoming denser, remineralizing. That was proof for me that this works. And that's when I got to learning about it. And I got rid of my asthma, of my depression, and even my endometriosis. So we are not supposed to eat animal products. That's pretty clear right now. So what do we eat? This we know we can eat. This one, this one, this one, this one. Please keep on clicking. So are all of this food equal? We would wonder, right? अगर आप ये सब खाओगे जो लास्ट में है, क्या आप हेल्दी हो सकते हो? So what do we actually eat? So this is how from the farm to the plate your biscuit packet reaches. Look at how many steps, how many complexities. और उस तरफ है आपका humble mango. कितने स्टेप्स है वहां पे? इससे भी सिंपल हो सकता है, अगर आपके घर में आम का झाड़ है, प्लक कीजिए, ईट कीजिए. That's simple. So the more complex the steps that your food goes through to reach your plate, the more complex your health becomes. तो हाँ, हम सब कुछ सब उस तरफ नहीं रह सकते, लेकिन क्या हम यहाँ से वहाँ तक चल सकते हैं? Even if we walk a few paths in that direction, we can see changes in our health happening. ये जो ऑरेंज है, उसमें इतना सारा कैल्शियम है, कभी सोचा? अभी सीजन है ऑरेंजेस एंड एप्पल्स का. It has got 60 milligrams of calcium. Here's the protein story. हम सब समझते हैं कि हमको प्रोटीन चाहिए. हमको प्रोटीन नहीं चाहिए, हमारे बॉडी को अमाइनो एसिड्स की जरूरत है. और अमाइनो एसिड्स इन चीजों से बनती है: नाइट्रोजन, कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन. एंड ऑफ द 20 डिफरेंट अमाइनो एसिड्स, हमारे शरीर को सिर्फ 9 एसेंशियल चाहिए. और ये जो 9 एसेंशियल है, आपको सब प्लांट्स में मिल जाएगा. क्या आपको पता है कि इसमें से ऑफ द 20 डिफरेंट अमाइनो एसिड, 90% इज अवेलेबल इन योर एप्पल्स ऑल्सो. व्हाट अबाउट ओमेगा 3? इसके लिए क्या फिश की जरूरत है? नहीं, इन सब में है. क्या आपको पता था कि इनमें भी है, बेरीज में भी है ओमेगा 3 and 6, कीवी में है, ऑरेंजेस, guava, papaya and mangoes have all the omega 3s and 6 that you need. Now the problem is not that there is no nutrients in your diet. Problem ये है कि आप जब रिफाइंड ऑयल खाते हो, आपके शरीर में बहुत सारा ओमेगा 6 भर जाता है, जिसकी वजह से आपको ओमेगा 3 की डेफिशिएंसी हो जाती है. दूसरी बात यह है कि न्यूट्रिएंट्स हैं, मगर आपका डाइजेस्टिव ट्रैक अगर कंजेस्टेड है, उसमें एबिलिटी नहीं है उसको एब्जॉर्ब करने की, आप कितना भी प्रोटीन खाओ, कितना भी न्यूट्रिशन खाओ, वो आपके शरीर तक पहुंचेगा नहीं। ये तो मेन स्टोरी है। मगर ये सिर्फ वीगन्स को नहीं होता, नॉन वीगन्स को भी होता है। विटामिन डी कहाँ से आता है? सनलाइट से आता है। अगर आप सन में नहीं जा रहे हो, आप एसी के अंदर बैठे हुए हो, आपको सनलाइट कैसे मिलेगा? आपका विटामिन डी कैसे क्रिएट होगा आपके शरीर में? B12 तो आता है बैक्टीरिया से, और हमने अब हमारी सब जगहों को एंटीबैक्टीरियल कर दिया है, एंटीसेप्टिक कर दिया है। बैक्टीरिया आएगा कहाँ से? हाँ, मगर कॉशन ये है कि अगर आपके ये 2 लेवल्स बहुत ही कम हैं, प्लीज गो एंड सप्लीमेंट, बट सप्लीमेंटेशन इज नॉट द फाइनल आंसर. You have to work on eating more of raw foods, more of clean food, going out into the sun, connecting with the nature. That is the final plan. Supplementation is just a step towards reaching there. So, to simplify nourishment, keep on clicking till the slide ends. Choose plant-based food, less steps towards the plate, we already discussed, and non-fragmented. This is the asana that we follow every single day. It's said that the chair is the worst invention of mankind. How much time did it take for you to do all the 7 basic movements?
Hardly a minute.
Hardly a minute, right? This is all you need to do to just keep your body in good health. This is the basic that you can do. Choose to walk wherever you can. Mix up your exercise routine. If you're doing yoga a lot, go do some Zumba. If you're doing a lot of weight training, go do some running. Take the stairs whenever you can. Just a word of caution. If you have weak knees, do not climb down. Always climb up. While you climb up, you're using your muscles. While you're climbing down, gravity is pulling you down. You will hurt your knees. Put on some music and dance. Go trek in nature. Nature is a great way. Stretch on the floor. Sit on the floor to eat. And use an Indian toilet. That's it. Next we come to contentment. Okay, how many animal lovers here?
I think all.
All are animal lovers,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So, does your animal love stick to only dogs and cats? No. Chicken? Cows? Goats? Pigs? What about the microbes? What about the wild animals? What about the deer?
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Do you know that we sitting here creating this stage and everything, we have actually taken away from the wild animals? Every single thing that we do in our life, we are actually taking from the animals right now because we have taken over the earth. So it is but natural that if we want to think about the animals, we have to think about every single thing that we are doing from the higher perspective. So if you're going for one house, we keep saying that right now in Bombay, there's lots of pollution happening, right? Lots of development happening. And we always say that it is overpopulation in Mumbai. Is it really true? Remember how our grandparents used to live? They used to live in one house, so many families together. Today we have created a world where we all need our separate houses, also because we are suffering from a lot of trauma from the way we are living. If you want to understand the link between trauma and your health, The Myth of Normal by Dr. Gabor Mate is an excellent book that you can read. That is the reason why we want to live separate, we want our space and all that stuff. That's okay. But do we really want the second house? Do we really want the second car? It's time we think about it. What about your clothes? When you buy a polyester cloth, do you know that it remains hundreds of years in the soil, not only polluting the soil and the habitat of the animals, but also our own food channels, our own water systems. So this is very important, to be content with what we have, to think twice whether we really need something. One of the best way to practice contentment is practicing gratitude for everything that you have right now here. And break the buying habit, think of the higher impact. Now there's a small thing that people confuse. Contentment is not complacency. Complacency का मतलब ये है कि अच्छा मैं यहाँ पर हूँ, मुझे ये पसंद नहीं है, मैं कुछ करना नहीं चाहता हूँ. That is not what contentment is. मैं यहाँ हूँ, इसके बारे में क्या है जो मुझे पसंद है. Once we align with it, then we know what to do next. Okay. Then we come to connections. आज तो सोशल मीडिया का जमाना है, कनेक्शंस का प्रॉब्लम है. कितने ऐसे लोग हैं जो पार्टीज में जाना नहीं चाहते लेकिन जबरदस्ती जाते हैं. Right? Most of us animal lovers, we would rather be on the coach with our dogs rather than attend a party. But we have to, right? Some of them are social commitments. So what can we do about it? To simplify our connections, what we can do is, first thing, reconnect with nature. Reconnect with the other species. The other important thing is meet up in person rather than on Zoom or social media. It makes a huge difference. That's basically the idea. You can go to the next one. So all of that I said right now is again coming, as you can see, is coming from the complexity bias. If all of this seemed difficult to you, some of it might have gelled with you, some of it would not have. What I would say is let it be, and right now just focus on one thing, simply being. Now, I heard this beautiful lecture by Dr. Zach Bush the other day. He says that we are all interconnected. And if we want to heal something, and according to him in his clinical practice, he has seen spontaneous remission even of cancer happening just by going and breathing in the biome. That is what he says. Breathing in the complexity of the microbes. Right now, after the COVID era, we are all afraid of microbes. But actually, they are the basis of the cure. That doesn't mean that you go and buy your gut bacteria and eat it. No, go to nature, smell the nature where other species have been there. Reconnect with nature. If even that is not possible for you, come from your ego space and come anchor into your heart, into the love space. Start loving yourself, start having compassion to yourself, and then expand it not only to other species but also to our pre-vegans. They also need compassion. We were them before, right? Right now we are in a state of hate. We hate non-vegans. We hate people who are different from us, who speak a different language, who believe in a different religion. Where is that taking us? It's high time we came back to our heart center. We came back to love and compassion. So if this is the only thing that you can do, start with that. Because remember the first slide, where did we go wrong? We went wrong when we went into our ego space. When we start coming into our heart space, we will start aligning with the ecology. We will start addressing all beings as equal. And this is the path, simplest path to good health.
Once again, can we have a round of applause for Dr. Menon? Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights.